oh, I think we got it working. I think everything's working.
Yes.
Everything's working. All right. Sorry, everybody. Hello and welcome to Star Trek Lost Voyages. I am the GM Tim, and as usual, it's not a GM Tim stream unless something goes wrong. So we had some issues signing in, and you know, whatever. Life is the way that it is. Hello, welcome to our episode, season 3 of Lost Voyages. We're very excited to be here tonight, and we've got a wonderful guest star. Hello, Rachel. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming back. So can you tell me the name of your character you're playing tonight?
Yeah, we're playing Captain Nikamo Koska.
Sorry, Captain Nicola...
Nikamo Koska.
Nikamo Kosko. That's amazing. Yeah. Captain of the Lexington. And we are back in time in the original series era. 2269 is the year. And you haven't passed the torch on to... Oh, gosh. Now I had it all set up so I could tie in canon for Leah. And I can't remember the name. The Commodore that tries to take over the Enterprise that used to run the Lexington. Oh, God. What was his name? Can't remember. It's okay. It's not important. It's Decker? It's Decker. Commodore Decker. Yeah.
Sure.
Leah's muted.
Leah's muted in Zoom. That's okay.
Still muted in Zoom. There you go.
Hello.
Robert Wesley?
I don't know. It's not important. Anyways.
Robert Wesley.
Okay, Commodore Wesley. You figured it out. Yay!
Got it. I got it. I can Google real quick.
Rachel, can you give us your captain's log, please?
All right. Zoom has just let me know that my connection is unstable, but I will try.
Fantastic.
Captain's log. We'll arrive at the Bacchus system within the hour. Starfleet Command has ordered us there for 3 reasons. First, we're there to track down 2 Starfleet officers who stole the shuttle and were last detected heading in this direction. No one is sure why they did it. 2 people were killed, so they must answer for their crimes. Next, reports from passing ships and nearby outposts speak of the sign of a Klingon bird of prey that has violated the neutral zone and is heading towards the Bacchus system. And finally, strange, indecipherable signals have been emanating from the Bacchus system for the past several weeks. The Lexington is to search for the source of the signals and try and determine their meaning, if any.
And as you can imagine, those are your 3 directives tonight. Find and apprehend the officers who stole the shuttle and retrieve the stolen vessel. Investigate the reports of a Klingon bird of prey violating the neutral zone, and search for and study the strange radio signals emanating from the Bacchus system. And as the Lexington drops out of warp, the ship lurches and halts really quickly. I need everyone to make a fitness and security check, difficulty of 1. As you all kind of like just get thrown off as the everything's delayed in reaction time. How'd everyone do? Oh, we got a girl. Yeah, all right. So Sam, your character kind of drops off and will probably smack their head pretty hard. Yeah.
My antenna.
Tanner?
My antenna.
Oh, yeah, you're an Andorian, yes. You're playing an Andorian, all right. Do you have your proper sash on, too? Like the old, like, or are you wearing Starfleet?
I'm part of Starfleet now.
Okay.
So.
You giving an Andorian a southern drawl? Is that what I hear?
Yeah, it's got sight lamp. It's got sight lamp. So it's coming out.
All right. Okay.
He's trying. Ow.
And Matt, your character as well, will take a bit of a hit there. Okay.
I succeeded, but I rolled a critical failure as well.
Yeah, so you're going to strain something, but you're not actually going to take any kind of stress from it. So your complication will go up for fitness checks, is what that'll do.
Okay.
On the main viewer, you see one of the planets of the Bacchus system, some sort of strange orange-colored beam from the planet's surface has completely enveloped the ship. Before you can do anything else, the lights flicker and consoles start to go out. Whatever the beam is, it's interfering with the ship's power, controls, and other systems. Alarms are starting to sound, and just before the main viewer goes blank, you see through the orange beam, you see through the orange haze the surface of the planet. It's a little larger than the size of Earth, yet on the surface you can clearly see structures, long lines that must cover thousands of miles connecting geometrical shapes and the size of large cities, as well as other indications of artificial constructions. And with that, there's a few things you can still do. So there's like calming the crew, trying to restore power. What would we like to do?
I want to know where my ship is not going. Who's responsible for this? Of my crew. Which one of you makes the ship go? Lieutenant Singh.
I'm currently in engineering, nursing a bad shoulder. I bounced off a wall. Captain, it appears that we have had our energy drained. Rerouting power now. And I will attempt to make a reason engineering. Tim?
Are you in medical?
No, I was in engineering getting bonked around.
Yeah, reason engineering, yeah.
Boop.
Boop.
2 successes.
Nice. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, I should have. Yeah, I do have focus on this.
So you're able to sort of like hold everything back. So the power drain is stopped. You're down by half the power you had, though.
Captain, warp core down to 50%.
And it's only kind of like
fantastic job
holding.
on stemming that drain.
We're barely holding as well, Captain. Doing everything I can to restore power. Did you freeze?
I think so.
Oh, the captain's been taken over.
She's back. The captain was taken over.
I zoned out totally through everything you just said. I assume it was very intelligent technobabble, but the ship's going, all right?
As far as I'm capable of doing in engineering, Captain.
The ship is not going anywhere, but the ship is also not falling anywhere anymore. So power is at 50% of what it is and holding, but it's barely holding at the moment. Okay. Next.
Let's try and work out what the issue is here then.
Okay. Want to get someone else?
Look helpfully to my crew. Who's who's responsible for like scanning things and finding out?
I can help with that. Maybe the other fella over there.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just going. My character on the Lexington is going to be an Ensign Sevik, who is still Vulcan, but he's also not quite sensors, but he is a science officer on the bridge.
I'm in charge of operations, so I can help you out with that one.
Awesome.
Give you a little assist.
Two successes on finding out what just hit us.
Is hitting you. It's almost like it's both a scanner and a disabling mechanism. It's like an incredibly powerful tractor beam.
Captain, we appear to be being both held and scanned by a beam of unknown origin.
How rude. Could we stop it in some way? Who's responsible for security around here?
We could always attempt to remodulate our shields.
Sounds effective. Let's try that.
If you want to give me if you want to spend the one momentum that was gained so far, you could gain information before you try and do something else if you want. Or you can try and use the momentum to mitigate the effects.
Yeah, I guess I'll use it. You'll use it to obtain information. Where's the beam originating?
You see a sort of an area near the planet's surface. It's an incredibly large building.
The beam is originating from a building on the surface of the planet, Captain.
Excellent. Seems like we have a target. Possibly this is the place that our signals have been emanating from, if they've got this kind of advanced technology. So, should we try hailing them? We talk first or shoot first? Let's talk first. Right?
I was getting ready to load up. All right.
I mean, do that anyway, just in case, Never be too prepared.
Oh my god, wait, hold on. I just want to make sure that does your captain have an actual cat on the, do you have a cat with you right now on the bridge?
Sure, this is my emotional support animal.
Lieutenant Commander Cuddles.
Only in private.
That's everything. I love it. Okay. That sounds wonderful. Thank you for that giggle. Yes, please. All right. So with that, if you're gonna try and hail them, you're not getting any response as you open channels.
Nothing on hailing frequency, Captain.
They don't want to talk. That's too bad. Should we go take a look? Does that seem smart?
I can see if we're within transporter range.
Yeah, let's do that.
Are we within transporter range?
You'd actually have to move a little bit closer to the ship, to the planet, which isn't like the most ideal vibe because it's trying to pull you towards the planet. So it depends on what you want to do. You could try and set up like an automated. You could try and set it up so that you can beam down and have it try and keep holding, or you'd have to leave someone on the ship to always be double checking.
You mean somebody would have to stay behind to double check that we could beam back, or we'd have to have some sort of automation?
There'd be no way to beam back from the you'd have to have somebody you're not sure they can keep a lock on you. You can't even find a space to beam down at the moment. That's the problem, right? There's just so much interference outside the ship. It's just this powerful powerful orange orb around the ship coming from the planet.
Yeah, we'd either have to get closer or we're going to have to do some funky transporting here. I mean, it's not ideal.
Yeah, that upsets Captain Cuddles here. So, what is there anything we could do to take a look and see if we can work out what's down there before we just zoop on down?
I could attempt to boost the scanner so they might cut through some of the interference, Captain.
Okay. It's
going to be difficulty 3 there, Gopal.
Mm-hmm. We don't have any momentum.
Not at the moment.
I am going to use because we're supposed to find the other ship and figure out what happened with those two captains, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, the two crewmen.
The two crewmen are. We gotta figure out. Well, I'm going to use a determination. The one about finding the Klingons, because at this point we're in a really weak state, and if the Klingons show up now, we're dead. So I'm thinking I'll use a determination to get the 2 successes of that.
Okay.
Roll. That is a total of 4 successes.
Nice. Excuse me. Okay. So you can cut through the so as you kind of punch through, you actually you're able to kind of make out the Starfleet frequency of a warp signature from the shuttle.
Captain, it appears that there might be
surface.
The shuttle that we are looking for is on the surface of this planet.
Excellent. Presumably it's in a place that is safe to go down to, so maybe we can beam down in the general area of where this signal is coming from.
Do you want to do anything with the momentum, Gopal, before I do something, or?
I'd rather put it in the pool.
Okay.
Let somebody who knows what they're doing use it.
So as the captain says that, the orange intensifies. Alarms start to go on the ship, and we go to our intro as you vanish from your ship's bridge and any station that you're in. You just kind of like lose the scene. It kind of all fades into black as you kind of beam off the ship in a wash of orange light.
Hell.
Oh, what just happened?
Uh-oh.
How strange. Okay, let's try that one more time. Sorry. Okay, so as we come back in, now that everything's working again, we'll find out. So as you finish solving as you kind of like start to like, begin to solve the problems on the Lexington, the intensity goes. You feel a strange aura, and as you look around, you realize you're on the planet's surface, materializing together. One of the enormous geometrical structures in front of you seems to be the one that emanating the orange glow, and it's visible from it was visible from the naked eye from orbit, and now towers in front of you. It's a giant pentagonal cylinder with a diameter of at least 10 kilometers, and it's so tall you can't see the top. It appears to be made of a single piece of stone. No seams or other joins are present from where you are.
So, like, everybody just materializes on this planet?
Just you 6.
Okay. So I was in the medical bay, so I had no idea what was happening.
You had no idea what was happening. Yeah.
So I'm in scrubs.
Oh my god, okay.
Commander, if there's a lava monster down here, I'm hightailing it home. I know my ear.
Not sure what led to the result here, but I'm sure you will all fill me in. I start taking off my scrubs.
Right. Need a towel?
Okay. Somebody want to make a science check?
Sure. Science.
Did I have my tricorder with me? Is it? No.
I can't.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Would you have what you're carrying on you? Because I mean, I would have like the engineering tools in my hands.
I mean, we're not going to make it so difficult that you can actually accomplish the mission, right? So
one of
Yeah,
us
I'll
had the
start-
handbag with us.
and
I'll
they
start
always,
scanning.
yeah, they always hand wave that.
Look at
yeah,
that,
you'd
I
have a
gra-
tricorder if you were doing. Oh, maybe not.
I
if you were
grabbed it
doing
on the when I saw the orange flashing light. That's
The
perfect.
captain shows up in the seat.
Look at
In this,
the seat with the cat.
yes, I'll be moving around the planet like this.
Professor X style.
Okay,
Yeah.
Leah, let's get that. Let's get that. It's going to be a reason and science from you.
All right. Perhaps the young Vulcan can assist me.
Young, I am 87.
Just a child.
Nice.
I have 3 successes.
Awesome. So that is 3 momentum.
And then a young buck
Um,
blew out the transmitter.
I'm an older-looking Vulcan woman who is blind, and I'm wearing the like sensor web that Miranda wore in the TOS episode with the beautiful monster.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's like pre-Geordie stuff.
It's like a suit that is Geordie's visor, in essence,
Yeah,
right?
it's like it looks like a kind of a shiny crisscross web that she's wearing.
Okay. And she's doctor?
Yeah, Chief Medical Officer, Commander Takara,
Commander? You go by commander or do you go by doctor?
Doctor.
Okay.
Fuck,
Um, yeah, so you've got 3 momentum into the pool. Or you got 3 momentum. If this is indeed a single piece of stone, it must have been carved from a larger body, probably the size of a moon.
Curious.
That kind of tech is beyond anything the Federation has as capabilities.
Which is in line with dragging a spaceship through space.
Indeed. And to that effect, that is the direction which your tricorder is showing the beam is emanating. So,
Captain, I believe the beam is originating from this direction.
This big rock thing that looks like it was carved out of a moon? Seems
Precisely.
legit. Fantastic. All right. Everybody to the big rock. Proceed with
I
caution.
recommend proceeding with caution. Exactly. So,
Fantastic. Okay. Who has the most danger sense and would like to go first? Who wants to lead the way on this one?
nice.
Well,
Good question.
Volunteer.
Volunteers. That's awesome.
I will be
mean-
sure to pick up the remains.
That's not
Heal their
morbid.
bodies.
Dark.
Sorry.
Them
I'm
Vulcans
still-
just never get used to them. Same as they were 150 years ago. Just can't get past.
How would you know what they're? Never mind. I don't want to get into
Stories.
it. Okay.
Stories.
Oh,
You
you
hear
like-
things
okay.
around the fire with your family because it's freezing cold and you got nothing else to do.
Yes, I'm sure your antiquated campfire tales are full of truths.
Yeah.
Lieutenant
and
Singh's
imperial
just walking.
fact.
Yeah. Okay.
Gone.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
He's just leaving. He's like, I've seen this so many times before on this ship. I understand that.
Yeah.
Just go. Let them
I wandered
argue.
off and started picking up mosses and lichens.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they'll be arguing the entire way. There's no point in sitting there and listening.
Okay. So you're going off on your own, or are you going to get?
Well,
I'm leading
not-
the crew.
I'll follow him. I'll follow behind him, but I'm still chirping at the Vulcan.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure though. So Lieutenant Akoa
Koa.
and Lieutenant Singh, you're both going off, like taking the lead, right?
Yeah,
And then the
whichever
other
way.
4 are going to follow a few steps behind, so there's a gap doing the scout thing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming Lieutenant Akoa will have the. Are you playing a security officer or?
Operations. So I've got.
You'll have the
I got a
tricorder. I'll have a phaser out. I'll have one of the phaser pistols out, peeking around any corners or any rocks that we might have.
Okay.
The one hand up.
Jesus.
Got the
Okay.
2 hands on the old school tricorder with the strap around my body. You
The
know?
big eyepiece.
Yeah.
Right, as you would, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it takes about 90 minutes over some rolling grasslands, small hills, no major terrain hurdles. And when it's about when you get closer to it, it's realize it's at least 2 kilometers tall. Its base must be about 300 meters on a side, and the point where the 2 orange beams emerge from the monolith are on the opposite side, not currently in your view. A large metallic case rests on the ground at the base of the monolith. It is open, but you cannot see inside at this distance.
Metallic case, like a suitcase, or
Like a crate.
oh, okay.
This thing is like 900 square meters. It's huge.
It's huge.
Lieutenant Akoa, may I request a scan to see if there's a power source coming into this building?
Yeah, also see if there's an opening. Let's find out.
Bit fair.
Because you said it was just basically a wall, right? That we encountered.
Well,
300 meters. It's kind of like just a brick.
yeah,
that goes up.
you know, it's part of that monolith that I talked about earlier.
Yeah. So we know it's there, but like what we're looking at is just
It's just
basically
one.
giant
Yeah, you can't see the
wall.
monolith anymore. You just see a giant wall. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we have no momentum, right? So,
There are 3.
well, there are 3. I will use one to see if I can locate a power source.
Okay.
Give me an extra die there. Yes, I know how to scan for things.
I will support in this being the engineer. I'm like, most likely if there's an external power source, it would be in this direction.
Ooh.
I support.
Got 3, but I rolled a 20.
You rolled a
Oh,
20.
I guess this wouldn't necessarily be an engineering check. Never mind. Caution wouldn't do that. Wouldn't help there.
What were you trying to sort out?
If I can locate a power source for this thing.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll give you more momentum, but the whole place just looks like it's just one giant, like it's overloading. You can't pinpoint one space.
Tim saying this thing is just emanating power.
Hmm.
Like there's no singular source. It just
well, no,
is.
the monolith isn't. I'm saying like there's just power coming from all over the place. The only thing out of place right now is the weird, unusual like crate that looks.
I see. So yeah, there's just power all around us. Like the whole thing. So the whole thing seems like a generator almost.
The planet does.
Yeah, the whole planet seems like a generator. There's can't locate a power inside a warp. You can't locate the power of a warp core inside the warp core.
Yeah.
Impressive. And then I guess because we were told to go find a way into the monolith by the captain, I start walking towards the monolith again.
Okay.
And then I guess I go
hold
up
on.
to that box.
Yeah, you want to go to the box or the monolith?
Yeah.
The box.
The box. I mean,
Okay.
it's on the way to the monolith, I'm assuming.
All right, so as you get closer, you're able to kind of peek in. Inside are emergency supplies, water, rations, and all thermal blankets, an emergency surgical kit, and a single disruptor pistol, because all of it seems geared towards a Klingon.
Yeah, I hit my communicator. Captain, I appear to have found a Klingon emergency ration kit. Disruptors, blankets, medical supply, all Klingon.
Interesting.
Akoa, as he's kind of looking before he contacts the ship, you can hear voices coming from the other side of the monolith. Like you just hear like that on the wind kind of thing. You know, you can hear somebody talking.
My antennae just go to
Yeah.
whoop.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it, I think we should hide.
Where? It's like an open field, or
Yeah,
just like,
it's an open field. There's nowhere to hide. Yeah.
There's nowhere to hide?
No.
like we can
I
take
thought we
cover
were-
behind the box, Lieutenant.
Yeah. Well, then I just go, Lieutenant, somebody's coming. Prepare yourself.
I aim in
They're over
one
there.
direction with my phaser.
Yeah, I point to where I hear
Okay,
from.
he points and
I
no
take-
one shows. But
take a
the rest
knee
of
and
the
I look.
crew shows up behind you. You guys have caught up
Somebody
to
over
them now.
there.
Have you found the wind threatening, Lieutenant?
I point at the box to go Klingons. I point around the corner, Klingon voices. You make the assessment, Doc.
Also, Gopal, that is the Klingon disruptor. That's the only weapon that's in this team right now.
So I have a disruptor.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right for my entire Star Trek career.
So far, yeah, I know, but
Look, you found a disruptor.
Oh man, I'm getting typecast again.
Yep.
I'm not playing a
the one that
Klingon this
grabbed it.
episode. You grabbed the disruptor.
yeah.
I'm not the confrontational one. I guess I'll go first into the fight.
End the episode, you get your head ridges, and you were a Klingon all along.
I mean, you pulled the turban off and there's a Klingon underneath
It's
it.
TOS, so he doesn't even need head ridges.
Yeah,
he
that's
just
fair,
has
actually.
bushy eyebrows.
Just gets
Well, I
bushy
mean,
eyebrows and a clean crew cut.
Are we gonna go towards the voices?
I want to pick up the emergency medical supplies just as a quick sidebar.
Okay, great.
Loot.
are there any scanners or like their version of tricorders?
No.
Okay. There's emergency blankets though.
Yeah.
Captain, what should we do?
That's a great question. It's definitely worth spending some time thinking about, other than the imminent threat of Klingons, who I assume are not our friends at this point in,
Correct.
in
Very
history.
much not. Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be pretty awkward if we show up at the same place at the same time. Nowhere to hide, though, hey?
No.
What corner are these voices around?
Howie,
Is there an opposite corner?
Yeah. So it's like a you're at the wall of the pentagram. Of the monolith,
Pentagram.
and so
Okay.
it's around kind of like that corner.
Pentagon or pentagram?
It's 5 walls that make a
Pentagon.
monolith.
Pentagon.
Pentagon.
Pentagram is a star.
Okay, so I kept
like,
using
oh.
the wrong word. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, but there are corners. That was pivotal information.
Correct. There are corners.
Are the voices getting closer until that?
No, he just heard voices and assumed they were getting closer.
Should we? Does anybody understand Klingon? Who paid attention in Klingon class?
how are we walking? What?
Presumptuous.
That's a solid question.
Is a Klingon class?
You didn't go to Klingon class?
There might have been an
I think I
elective.
skipped that semester.
I'm not sure anybody would have.
No, but you know
linguistics.
linguistics. Yeah.
Yeah, I dabbled in linguistics, but that is quite presumptuous.
I mean, you could make a check to see how well you dabbled.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, Cephik also attended the Vulcan Science Academy. You may be able to assist.
Oh yeah, I guess back then they were still very much doing the Vulcan school was probably very broad.
Yeah.
I mean, communication. If we're at war with these people, communication's important. I'm assuming somebody studied. Obviously, I did.
But war. Obviously not me.
Please, somebody who studied.
Yeah. What do you want me to roll here, Tim?
Give me a daring and science, or medicine, even if you want,
I'll take it.
because it is kind of humanities. Yeah, I mean,
They appear to be asking for the library.
okay, so you can't tell what's being said, but I will say that you can tell that it's not Klingon. You can't make out what it is. You just hear voices. Like, you hear people talking. And it sounds like it's just being carried on the breeze. It's super faint, and the only reason you can hear it as well as the Andorian is because you've got the Vulcan ears.
Racist.
You're just sensitive to the... You've got extra senses, right?
I don't think that their hearing is any better. I think they're just strong. Anyway, whatever. Yes, I'm sorry, Captain. I cannot make out what they're.
Vulcans are supposed to be like 5 times better than humans and everything.
Yeah, Deus Ex Spock. I'm sorry, Captain. I cannot make out what they're saying. Their vocals are too faint on the wind.
We should get closer. Stealthily.
We could. Yes.
Stealthily. Cool. Okay. So the order's been given stealthily. Can I please get daring and security from everybody?
No.
I recommend maybe the
boy.
less stealthy
Oh.
of our crew stay back.
Wow. As a less stealthy part of the crew, no.
Feeling bold.
What is it? Fitness and security?
Daring and security.
Daring. Oh, not any better.
Oh, hell yeah.
Pretty well tonight.
Okay, so I'm just going to say you've got max pools. The pool is maxed. You got momentum coming out the wazoo at this point.
The doctor's wearing nice soft sole shoes.
So as you creep around the corner of the pentagon and look around the wall, 8 creatures stare at the base of the monolith, looking up at the orange beam exiting the structure at a point about 50 meters up. From this distance, you can see that all of the creatures are humanoid. You can see that 2 appear to be human, 2 are Klingon, 1 is Vulcan, another is Romulan, and the final pair are Trill.
Weird group.
The Romulan looks at you and points.
Is it because all our heads are stacked up around the corner? Just one on top of the other?
They all kind of just look at your direction for a brief moment and then look back up and stare without a second glance in your presence.
Oh.
That's not creepy at all.
That's
Are any of
weird.
them wearing Starfleet uniforms? Are any of them the 2 Starfleet officers we're here to track down?
They are there, yeah.
Oh. I want to charge around the corner and arrest them.
You just like strut out like, how dare you ignore me now?
That's my initial instinct, but I think I'm going to hold on to that and I shall whisper it to the rest of my crew. Look, guys, it's the Starfleet officers probably that we are here to apprehend. Do we want to cross one thing off the bucket list of wishes Starfleet Command had for us today?
Oh.
We should apprehend them, yes, but I am unsure where we are going to hold these officers.
I'm
As we
also
cannot
kind
get
of
back to our ship.
curious why none of them seem to care that we're here.
And those Klingons seem remarkably unangry for Klingons.
And the Romulan ain't doing something shifty.
And I appear to be the only one armed in our party, Captain. Shall we rethink
Technically,
this,
I
Terry?
have 3 arms. Thank you.
Now
any
that
of those
was the
arms
best
have
one of the
weapons?
whole evening. Thank you.
I mean, I could. If anybody wants this disruptor, I do have my ceremonial knife I could use.
Of course you do.
I'm a Sikh guy.
I get it.
Right.
I took the talent where I get to take one thing that's not normal kit at all times.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I just got a knife.
And I left my ice pick at home. Damn.
Shall
Okay.
we just maybe talk to them, Captain?
Yes, sure. Talking first, stabbing later. I get it.
I mean, I am always up for a good knife fight. He has a butter knife in his hand.
Okay, so the 2 humans are Lieutenant Jenna Fry and Ensign Camilla Chara. They're the pair who deserted Starfleet and stole the ship to make their way here. As you start to walk over towards them, you get a communique from the ship.
Can't believe we didn't try to contact them sooner.
Some kind of a frantic lieutenant on the line who basically just says, for the God's sakes, Captain, come in.
Yes?
Oh, thank God. We've been trying to reach you for hours now. We couldn't get through the frequency, we're being pulled closer to the planet, and you kind of look up, and you can actually kind of see the sort of like tiny outline of your ship now. It's like it's getting close enough that it's going to be pulled into the atmosphere pretty quick here.
Oh, right, okay. I'm assuming it's not an atmosphere-y kind of ship, so this would be very bad for it.
Correct. I mean, they can kind of skim the surface of the atmosphere, but they're not built to enter atmosphere.
All right. I'll try and calm the frantic lieutenant down and say, it's quite nice down here. Maybe it'll be okay. Just try to gloss over the whole and burning up in the atmosphere thing. And just encourage them to, if you can possibly find a way to not be down here, that would be fantastic. In the meantime, we're going to try and shut off this beam thing that's pulling them a bit closer. We've definitely got leads and have come up, there's definitely not anything weird happening that you should worry about, Lieutenant. We've got it. It's under control.
Can I get a leadership roll from you, please?
Sure, you roll my dice.
Yes, I can. Yeah, that's right. So we're going to do a leadership roll here. Where are you? We're just using Callow, correct?
Yeah.
The ship should be okay-ish in atmosphere. The Enterprise was always dipping down into Earth's atmosphere.
That was controlled under the ship power of the ship itself, not being tractor beamed nose down into the atmosphere.
Okay, so we're going to make a presence and command.
Kind of important.
Okay. We're going to make a presence and command. Do you want to use any momentum? There are 6. Do you want to use one and roll 3 dice?
Sure.
Okay. Holy Jesus.
Good going,
Did
Captain.
I succeed?
Oh, yes,
yeah.
Captain.
You rolled 5 successes. So you just hear this serenity kind of enter the bridge. The only thing you can hear in the response is a weep, 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 weep of the ship's the monitors and stuff like that. I would argue that Takara might even be impressed with how well you calmed everyone. Might be, not forcing anything. With a kind of a renewed sense of calm, they say, sounds good, Captain. We know you can do it. We'll make sure everything keeps going here. By the way, we've seen a second beam from the planet's surface. It's got hold of a Klingon ship in orbit. And it's being pulled in the same way we are.
Hey, keep an eye on it. Let us know if it does anything weird. But otherwise, just have some calming teas and try to keep the ship in orbit.
Okay. All right. What would you like to do with the people in front of you now?
They didn't seem hostile in any way, so I suppose we could try and talk to them. And I suppose our Starfleet officers don't know we're here to track them down, although if they're on the run, they should probably suspect something. Let's chat to... You said there was some Trill there? It seems fairly neutral territory.
There's the 2 Starfleet officers who you were tracking down. They're there. Mm-hmm. There's a Trill, there's a Vulcan, a Romulan, and then 2 Klingons.
Okay. Does anybody have a preference? An inn here somewhere?
We could send the 2 Vulcans after their Vulcan. Logic beats logic, and we can outlogic them with 2 Vulcans versus 1.
Right. Twice as much logic is more logical than 1 times as much logic.
I just look at Savick.
I don't think they know how logic works.
Lieutenant Singh is dead staring at you, Commander.
You.
Come on.
It's not too late for you.
Still go back to the academy.
I am afraid, as to use the human euphemism, I burned that bridge when I joined Starfleet.
We also have Lieutenant Herb, who's a... What is the species called again?
Yosian.
These are 3-armed, 3 legs. And they're usually, really big, right? And
They're 7
communicative.
feet tall, yeah.
But they're very much communicative with people. So,
No.
I'd be
If there's something wrong with their mental state, then we could perform a mind meld with the Vulcan.
Oh, I gotta see this.
It would be a last resort.
Really not as cool as you think it would be.
I would volunteer that as a first resort. I won't see this. Great.
Really not cool as you think it would be. Calling out the clues. Okay, what is the plan then? Who's going out?
I guess I'm going in first because I'm the most expendable, I guess. Great.
All right, sounds good. Who are you heading to?
No matter what.
I just
I'll go up with
red
her.
shirt a little bit there.
Well, I
you
mean,
go.
you can talk to different people if you want, but you're like I just need someone to make a decision.
I kind of just see Lieutenant Herb like going up like the Steve Buscemi meme. Howdy do, fellow humanoids.
Sure, why not? Here we go.
Okay, Herb, who are you picking?
The Trill. Wait, do we know it's a like? How do you know it's a Trill? Just because it's got the spots?
Yeah.
Don't know if it's joined or not, right?
I think they only get the spots if they're joined, right?
No, they have.
No, they've got spots.
I always have spots.
You can't tell if they're joined.
I don't think at this point we know that.
No, you don't. You just know that they're Trill.
True.
Yeah, we don't know that they are a symbiotic species.
I'll go after the Trill.
Okay. All right. So the two Trill are just kind of standing, looking up at the beam coming out of the monolith.
Just sort of sidle up next to him and be like, "What's going on up there?"
Oh. Trying to figure out how to get in. That's just like that. Just like that. That calm.
I'll sidle over to the Romulan and be like, "So what are you looking at?"
The Romulan kind of just looks at you and then looks back up. Same thing. Looking up there, the beams.
Cool. We find people and they're broken.
I'm gonna repeat that process with every person.
They all have the same answer. If that's all you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll walk back over to the group and be like, brainwashed, maybe?
Curious.
Is there any way to tell what has brainwashed them? Is there like some sort of toxin in their system, or can we like subtly like just go up and like scan them a little bit?
They seem unaggressive.
Docile.
Yes, exactly. They should not resist if we try to scan them.
I do want to remind you guys, you do have two Starfleet officers you can kind of command because they have broken Federation law. You could go to them and just tell them to do things, especially a captain.
So they'd listen to me? I assumed they were hardened criminals. At least that's what I was led to believe. But sure, I'll give them orders. But yeah, let's scan and see if we can work out what this brainwashing business is about. Because I don't want to be brainwashed. I assume that you want to be. So
I'd like to scan in the direction that they're looking, see if I can see if it's emitting any different sort of radiation background thing that isn't that I haven't already scanned with this weird power source all around us.
I'll go do a medical scan on the Vulcan.
Great. Can I get that done, please? It's going to be a difficulty of 4.
Okay. Control and medicine?
This is going to be a daring in medicine, to be honest. Because you don't know what it is.
Just standing there. Okay.
Well, yeah, but you don't know what it is, right? So it's a... I guess, yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Sorry,
okay.
Tim.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
don't mean
fine.
to be
No,
tearing
that's
you
fine.
down.
Reason and medicine.
Okay. And it's difficulty 4, so we have...
There are 5
stuff
momentum in the
pool.
pool. I know there's
I'll
6. You got it back. That was, never mind.
I'll buy another dice there.
You could buy 2 and still have lots.
Cool.
So I will say... I'm sorry.
I was just going to use a determination to buy a success. Or a critical.
Oh, yeah. Next time you got to do that before you roll.
Oh, okay.
But yes.
Or I can re-roll. Like, isn't that a thing too? Oh, I have cautious medicine, so I'm gonna re-roll that 0.
Okay.
Because I used a momentum to buy it, and so I can re-roll the medicine.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
D20. So let's bring that back down to 1.
Can I walk over to the next corner and just
There we
peer around
go.
it and see if there's
More
anybody
successes.
else?
Yeah,
Nice.
there's nobody else.
Nice.
And 4 successes. Awesome. Okay, so here's what you can tell. You can tell that there is nothing in the atmosphere that is affecting them. So it's not like they've breathed in anything. They have some elevated delta waves. But nothing that seems to be like... nothing that seems to be like insisting a... You don't see any parasites. You don't see any biotoxins. You don't see any bacteria. You see no viruses. You just see these elevated brain waves that are not matching. Like I will even say that because you've got these two Starfleet officers, you can match their one of their systems
Medical
together.
background.
Right? Yeah.
With this knowledge of their delta wave change, I would like to scan the direction that they're looking to see if it's emitting something that would affect delta waves in the brain, any subspace radiation, any sort of light emission that might affect that part of the brain.
Okay.
And I will buy an extra die for that, because I can.
Anyone want to take a look at the monolith while these guys are doing that?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna examine the monolith to see if there's any markings or anything like that.
Great, give me
on
insight and science. Akoa, you are able to figure out that, again, it doesn't seem to be an external surface, although you are noticing some elevated, strange particles you've not detected in the past. It doesn't match anything on record in the Federation books.
They don't seem to be affected by something necessarily external, but there is some particle that doesn't match any element or thing we've encountered before.
Correct, yeah.
I'm going to hone in on that.
That's the most that I can give you. You want to spend some determination? You've got a determination you can spend.
Yeah, I forget which one. There was the officers, there was the Klingons, and then there was the.
Well, you've made your check. You've got.
Oh, do you mean momentum for more information?
You've got a momentum for gather information.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the question you want to ask to gather information?
Gather information. What is the? Sorry.
I was saying the question. What happened here now?
No, it has to be about the.
It has to be about the particles.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, what's the makeup of the particles? How can I relate this to something I know?
You can't.
Right.
It's something you've never seen, but that's what I was saying. It doesn't belong in anything in the Federation system, so...
I would be able to figure out the makeup of the particle, right?
Not with the tricorder. If you took it back to the... Took it back to the ship and did it.
Oh.
Is it like a elementary particle, or are we talking like a chemical particle?
Elementary particle.
Okay.
Oh, so a new element. Oh, that's even more. I'm actually gonna walk up to whichever one of the walk up to the Klingons and be like, "Do you understand Federation standard?" Look in his face.
He just kind of looks back and says, "Yes."
How long have you been here looking up at that thing?
How long have we been there?
What?
We've been here. I don't know how long.
No. Is that your ship? And I point up into space in a random direction.
Probably.
Huh. How
And then
many
he
more
looks
of
back.
you? How many more of you are there?
There's us.
Did you come from that side or that side? And I just start pointing in the two different directions.
He doesn't really respond.
I know, I'm just trying to like figure out if we walk away, is that the side, the dangerous side with the brain stuff, or that the side with the danger? Like,
Oh,
you know
I
what
see. Yeah, you can't get a vibe from him on that.
I clap him on the back and I go, good talking to you. You're gonna be all right, buddy. I'm like, Captain, I recommend we pull back from this area.
Captain!
I recommend we pull back and reassess the situation. It appears that whatever is happening to these crew happened around this thing.
Captain, there appears to be a new particle, a new element that I've never seen before. It's not in our database. It's floating around here. It doesn't seem to, from what the Vulcan told me, it doesn't seem to be affecting them. But I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, something's clearly affecting them. And we suspect its proximity to this monolith, but they all want to get inside. Did we ask them why they wanted to get inside? I mean, I don't want to hang around the monolith and find out, but like...
No one's asked them that yet.
I literally yell it, why are you trying to get inside?
But I will kind of pause there and go back to Sevek. Sevek, how did you do on your check?
1 success.
Okay, so Sevek, you're able to see a set of kind of like sort of lines and symbols along the surface of the monolith, and then in particular there are runes, like runes, runes. They seem to be a pattern of science and cultural symbols, and the controls for these you can kind of make out that you can with your tricorder, and you're kind of like just staring at it long enough. If you want to spend one of the momentum you've got in the pool, you're going to be able to figure some of the information out from it.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Okay, so you're able to figure out that some of the inscriptions say that the opening of the way to those who are worthy of power. And it looks like a section needs to be touched.
Do I know which section needs to be touched?
Yeah, it's the one you're studying right in front of you.
I just kind of look back at Lieutenant Singh yelling at the group of randoms, like, "What do you want to get inside?" And just shrug, and I poke the monolith on the spot.
All right.
Speak, friend, and enter.
With the activation of this section of the monolith, soft blue beam shines from one of the runes onto the ground and forms a spotlight that a human-sized creature might stand. With that, all of the 7 characters that are kind of standing up looking at the orange immediately see the blue and start walking towards you, Sevek.
Captain?
Did you poke that monolith? You just go ahead and poke the big, giant, energy-filled monolith we found on the planet. It's too late now. It's all right. Let's carry on.
The next logical course of action, Captain.
Yeah, logical. Just one
look and then touch.
Seems legit. It's too late now, so.
Permission to tackle our officers, Captain?
We're gonna before you do that, we're gonna like pause right here and go into our break. So this is a good commercial break point. So the music kind of swells up and goes into the commercial black, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. We're running a little late tonight because, technical difficulties. It's okay. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Please enjoy the music from Norse Foundry. It's free to stream, and you're welcome to stream it as well. And go find it on Spotify, and hit up the website, norsefoundry.com, for some really cool dice. Thanks to Roll20 for letting us, run our stuff on here, and Modiphius for making such a cool game. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes with our last half of the game. See you soon. And I got to switch. I wasn't ready because I'm so pretty today. There we go. All right. And we're back. Welcome back. Second half of Star Trek Lost Voyages. We are back with our illustrious crew of the USS Lexington, who are investigating a monolith on a kind of lost planet. You were trying to find a stolen shuttle. Two crewmen who stole the shuttle, you have found them along with a bunch of other people, including some Klingons. You know there's a Klingon ship. Your ship is caught in a tractor beam of some sort, being pulled towards the planet. It's coming from this monolith, and since Sevik has just activated a blue beam of some kind that is shining on the ground, and the people who were staring up at the monolith that you weren't trying to talk to are walking towards it. That is all happening right now as we come back into play.
Just had to touch it. Vulcan, oh my god, touch it. Touch some things you're not supposed to be touching.
Captain, what would you like to do?
I think we should step out of the way and let these people peacefully go into this monolith and then follow them.
Oh.
We're going in, right? Like, seems like all things point inside the monolith.
I'm curious. I love the idea of the captain looking at everyone else like, we're going in, right?
You're the captain.
I assume that's the way we're going to save our vessel, Captain, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that's very, this time period. Don't think, do.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that,
the bright flashing light. Here we go.
Shiny.
Yeah. So, as the first of the people who are walking towards you, they kind of like one of them steps right into the light. The light flares for a second, and then you see the panels on the wall start to glow blue. And a hatch opens on the side of the monolith wall.
What's in the hatch?
Like a hallway, like an opening.
Oh.
Like it opens. A big a portal on the wall opens.
Gotcha.
I look over at Commander Takara and I'm like, did that light just vaporize that person to open the door?
No, that person's still there.
Oh, he's still
but
in
the light
light.
is
Okay.
off.
Are they walking into it now? Or
They
they
are.
just...
Yeah.
Captain, I suggest we follow them.
Yeah. Hold that portal open, please.
Okay, as you take a step towards them,
I'll go
in the blink of an eye, 3 Klingon warriors are standing in front of you. The many scars they wear indicate they are veterans of many battles. They look around in anger and confusion, and one of them shouts, "Where am I? What's the meaning of this? Why did you attack our ship and then steal us away?" Please tell me I didn't cut out.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
No,
Just waiting. Like, is the
I start to
captain
run.
gonna do something?
Herb just turns and tries to run.
I just beat cheek for the nearest corner.
I'm assuming they're speaking. They're speaking in Federation Common.
Sure.
I'm like,
No,
Lieutenant.
they're speaking in Universal Translator.
Yeah, Lieutenant Singh goes, with what ship did we pull you down here? We're on this planet with you as well.
Don't try to confuse them with logic. It ain't gonna work.
I have a disruptor pointed at them too while saying said thing. This is a Klingon
Okay.
disruptor, so it's one of those long ones with the.
You killed our brethren and stole their weapons.
You mean those ones? Because they're walking into the portal right now, right?
Okay, so as he sees them, he looks back at the two and he looks at you, Captain, because he can see the rank, and he just says, "You keep your crew here, out of our way." And then he runs towards the Klingons in that group that are heading towards there.
Right, okay. Well, that was all very surprising and aggressive, but I suppose that's what you get with Klingons. Let's not try and annoy the Klingons. Let's not point any weapons at them, unless they're pointing weapons at us. And
They draw
voices.
weapons on the
Oh.
group walking into the doorway.
I'll ask them politely to stop.
Give me a... Are you talking like K? Is it like K speech? Like, are you talking like a kindergarten teacher? Like, what do we do when we what do we do when we have an argument?
Like how I talk to my 2-year-old. What do we say?
I'm sure that'll work on Klingons. I guess I'll try and be commanding, right? Like I'll try and take the lead on this situation. They did startle me initially, but let's try and commanderize this up a bit.
All right, so a presence and command. Do you want to use? Do you guys have like 4 momentum in the pool still? Do you want to use some of those?
Yes, I need everything I can get to throw these.
How many do you want to use? If you use 3 momentum, it'll give you 2 extra dice.
Oh, that's a lot there. I'll just use 1. I'm sure it'll be fine.
All right, here's the roll. Yep, good. Holy crap!
Ooh,
Yeah, that's good. All right,
Well done, Captain.
It's gonna be.
I see I'm compelling. Fantastic.
Yeah. So, what like? Are you going like full like that like stern captain, or is it more like a parent voice, or is it like what kind of attitude are you throwing with that?
I think when it comes to Klingons, the best way is to try and out-aggression them. So I'll take my inspiration from the big, powerful monolith and all the things that have happened so far, and just go in and be like, no, you know what? My people are in there too. We're going to go in, and we can go in together. That's okay, but you can't just run around pointing weapons at anybody you like. Just behave a little bit better, please, Klingons. Solve this problem together.
You're essentially just asking Klingons not to be Klingons, I feel like.
But in a very aggressive Klingon way, so they can hear it.
All right, so they so they stole a bird of prey and brought it here to the planet. Like, they can't just walk away from this, they tell you.
You stole things too? Our other Starfleet officers, they stole things. You were compelled to steal it. So were you criminals beforehand? Or?
They don't answer you. They keep walking. This is the other captain talking to you. They're a veteran. But yes, you're able. What you've surmised is correct.
All right, the captain is telling us that the Klingons that are walking into the thing, have stolen the thing, and he's there to get them back. Like we're there to get our crew.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's a kleptomaniac-inspiring monolith through space. All right, I like it. Let's just try and end the criminal activity here. Let's go and shut this thing down.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna do some studying the technology. Maybe we're walking in.
Hey, Herb. I don't think we're gonna get shot. You can come back, man.
All right, great.
Herb peeks around from a rock. Yeah, very. It would be like very like there is that kind of like that light kind of music play as somebody does something goofy on Star Trek in the original series, and that would be you're totally playing that role, aren't you? All right. Entering the monolith, you find an interior passageway lit by glowing runes on the walls and the ceiling, cutting through the center of the huge tower. The passage continues ahead and then turns a corner. The people you found on the planet seem a bit shaken by the opening in the doorway. After slightest hesitation, though, they run forward, trying to get into the hallway as quickly as possible.
When this door opens, do I pick up any increase in these weird particles I found?
Do you want to make an insight like a check?
Yes, I would.
Great, yeah. Give me
insight and science.
Insight and science, yeah. Anyone else want to make any checks on this doorway before they get there?
Yeah. Does it look like there's any hazards or?
Give me an insight and security check.
Any energy fields?
Yeah.
Is this a barren planet, or you said there was grass and sort of small plants, right?
Yeah.
Can I, as a xenobotanist, can I start checking the plants to see if this particle is inside of them as well?
Oh, see if it's plant-based?
Not necessarily plant-based, but if the particles are in the plants as well.
Gotcha. I see. Yeah, give me also an insight in science. Okay. Lieutenant Koa, you got 2 successes there. So you don't see any increase in
particles per deciliter or whatever.
Like, yeah. So it didn't increase in I guess to make it feel more threatening, but you definitely detect kind of like that's like they're here. You know, like this is.
They're all throughout the thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Were there any sort of like breathing devices in that emergency Klingon survival kit?
No. Ensign Sevik, you got 2 successes as well. So Ensign Sevik, you can see that there are trapped areas throughout the hallway, and the Romulan is taking the lead. It will reach the door very quickly, and it will it's running with which the kind of attitude that you're like, they are going to just go for it.
But it looks like they're going to hit a trap. Essentially, it doesn't look like they know where they are. They're evading them.
Yeah, well, there's some sort of trapped areas that you can tell. You can't tell what it is. More that more like that something is waiting in the hallway for the first kind of thing to pass by.
Okay, so it doesn't look like
clear.
It doesn't look like the group that's running helter skelter through the hallway is avoiding the areas that look like they have traps.
No, they haven't gotten there yet, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
At this point, you're able to intervene if you wish. They're running with the abandon of not knowing that they're there, is what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
And then Lieutenant Herb, you got 2 successes as well. And with yours, yes, the plants have it as well, but not in the same concentration. It's more like...
They're not like built from the particle.
No, and neither is anything here. It's just like absorbing from the atmosphere kind of thing. Okay. What's next? Are we going to let them... Sevik, are you going to pass on what you've learned?
Yeah, I'll say, Captain, there appears to be some sort of security trap system in the hallway.
Oh, we should probably stop them from running into it then. Halt! Assorted humanoids! Don't run into those traps! Especially not you, Jennifer and Camilla. I order you to stay where you are and not die.
I enjoy that every captain I think I've ever had so far has a name issue. Like they just don't remember names.
When you have 200 crew on your, it's just not going to happen. I fully feel your pain.
Okay.
You said the door like flipped up on this hallway, right?
The door just opened. Yes, when they.
Okay.
So the beam of light came down. One of them hit the beam of light,
flashed,
opened. More like it just melted in.
Okay.
Yeah, like a doorway appeared.
Are they
we have to
stopping
stop them somehow
with the commander's orders?
They did not slow down. Your 2 paused for a moment, but the Romulan is definitely going to get there unless somebody tries to tackle.
I am going to try to tackle the Federation officers. The Federation officers.
All right, Federation officers.
That's our goal. I will use a momentum.
Okay, so we're down to 3 momentum now. I will put that in the...
Did I roll it?
Yep.
Just realized I hadn't been doing a
2 successes.
Nice. Okay, so you're able to stop your officers. The Romulan hits the first spot that you've detected, Ensign Sevik. And let's see. You see a flash of light, hear a scream, and see the Romulan get zapped by an energy beam just as she's preparing to turn a corner. For a brief moment, you see a faint glow of her skeleton before she evaporates into smoke.
Don't step there.
Didn't you say something about only the worthy will receive power?
Only those with power can open the gate.
The others don't seem to be stopping.
Oh, I'll tackle the Vulcans.
Okay.
Oh dear. They're allies. That makes sense. I'm going to use a momentum as well because I don't think I'm very good at this.
Oh, we shoot them with our we don't have any phasers.
We got a disruptor. One.
Yeah, we have a disruptor.
Nice.
Obviously, that's
Okay. You're able to tackle the humans. Sing got. So do you want to take the Vulcans?
I took the Vulcans.
Okay. Yeah. So you tackle the two Vulcans.
They're allies.
I don't yell at the Klingons to grab their
Vulcans,
guys,
but they're part of the Federation.
Can we yell at the Klingons to grab their guys?
Yeah, sure. Let's see if the Klingons are able to grab their guys.
Look over at that doctor and go, see, I don't dislike all you people.
Dude.
I'm glad you're only slightly racist.
You know, it's too easy to push their buttons. It was just fun.
Okay, the Klingons are able to grab theirs.
But the Trills are still walking.
Well, the Klingons grab one of theirs. One hits. And another flash, another scream, another evaporate. And with that, the rest of them stop and just kind of like stare at that spot. But you see in their eyes now, it's less about being able to talk and more of a like it's almost like an instinctual urge to move forward towards the center of the monolith.
Have we scanned the center of the monolith yet?
You can't scan beyond kind of like where you are at the moment. You can only kind of get section by section.
Doctor, I got a question for you. How come they seem to be in trance, but the rest of us seem to be all right?
It's an interesting query, Lieutenant.
I think it's one.
I've scanned the humanoids here. I have not scanned us, and so I'll turn to whoever's closest and do a medical scan and compare the two.
Oh, it's gonna be Herb.
Okay. Hi, buddy.
Hey.
Please stand still, Lieutenant.
Okay.
And I'll give him a quick scan.
Okay.
Reason in medicine?
Reason in medicine.
Two.
Yeah, so Herb's delta waves are increasing. Slowly, but they are increasing.
Does seem as though whatever is affecting these people is now beginning to affect us. I recommend us proceed quickly. My offer of a mind meld is still on the table, Captain. I would not like to use it unless ordered, though.
Okay, noted. It's good. We'll just keep that in the back pocket. But great that you're willing to just get into somebody's mind. If anybody feels the really strong compulsion to take something that isn't theirs, please raise your hand before you do so. I think that might be a bit of a trigger in the event. So let's keep our hands to ourselves.
I raise one of my hands.
Jesus.
And I have like a big wad of like grass and plants from outside that I've been picking.
Just a handful of moss.
I'm a botanist. What can I say?
Are there anything that looks like panels on the wall that we can get to some sort of power relay?
Give me a daring and engineering.
No momentum on this one. Oh, we have momentum, right?
There's 2 momentum in the pool still.
I will use one.
Okay. There's actually 3 because Sam got 3 successes. So now there's 2.
Why is it taking so long to roll? Did it roll?
No, it's delayed.
Oh,
There's a
really
delay there.
About that one.
Yeah. There it is. Nice.
Both the same, so all good.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got your 3, so that's going to be a success plus momentum. So you're able to find a panel. You could deactivate this trap.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And then while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna be muttering under my breath, monolith, monolith,
Oh, God.
center of the monolith.
So, with your 3 successes, you could actually deactivate this permanently, so everybody could get by if you wanted to.
Yeah, let's just overload it and pop it.
Okay. All right. Okay, and then you pass through. Do you like walk, carry on, or do you look back to your captain, or what next?
Well,
Do you make it clear what you're doing?
Pop the panel, I'm like the first trap has been disabled, Captain.
As soon as the group of them hear that, they rush forward again.
Yeah. Yeah, they're off again.
Were
right.
we not just like sitting on them? I feel like we should have bound them.
Oh, that's right. You know what? I gotta make some checks here. Give me a sec. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, and I think unfortunately the humans got away because I was the one holding them down.
Yep. So the humans will take off. The others. So the
Sitting on
Vulcans.
2 Vulcans.
Yeah, they kind of stand up with surprising strength. Like more than even Vulcan strength. And the Klingons throw their friends off as well.
They yeet me?
Yeah, they yeeted you. And I'm going to actually use threat to make sure that they succeed. So they toss everyone off and charge in. And they charge around this corner, and you can hear another kind of like that same rumble noise that you heard when this first door opened. Because remember, this trap was at the kind of turn point of a corner. So you look around the corner, and you can see into what looks like a command room at the end of that hallway.
What are the people doing?
Rushing for different controls.
Interesting.
Captain, should we restrain them?
Yeah, I mean, let's not poke the monolith more. So far it's gone okay, but I'm not in favor of just continuing. I mean, it looks like they know what they're doing. What if we ask them if they know what they're doing?
Captain Koska doesn't look like they know what they're doing.
They're just jabbing pieces.
Yeah.
My goodness. Okay, yeah, let's restrain them. Everybody grab a humanoid.
And they're actually starting to get more frantic and frustrated as like what they're doing isn't working.
All right, I'll go over to one of the Vulcans and try
is
to
it-
shake some sense into them.
Is it kind of like watching basically what it would look like if a monkey tried to use a computer?
Yes, actually. Not quite that like not quite that aggressive. More like if I gave you an old Apple DOS computer, or an old just DOS computer. You know what to do, but actually being able to do it is a whole different thing. Like we might have done it a very long time ago.
There's a little separation between the knowledge and the executive function.
Yeah, and that seems to be what's happening right now. And then, so as the group of you kind of like charge in and grab, let's get some fitness checks to see how well everyone grabs everyone.
Yeah, just to be sure, we are meant to stop them from doing what they're doing.
Yeah, let's stomp them.
I just want to try to like reason with the Vulcan because I haven't tried talking to them yet.
Okay.
Like in Vulcan, I'll say, "Brother, calm your mind. Keep a hold of your senses."
As the one looks back at you, kind of just looks back and says, "I cannot. I find it impossible to stop."
Are you not in control of your facilities?
I do not think so. And then turns back and almost by fluke, like total luck. One of the panels he hits reacts. The display springs to life, showing 3D displays running a variety of status updates and algorithms incomprehensible without more careful study. Some information is easy to see, however. One display shows a representation of the system that you're in, and a beam shooting from the from the planet, reaching out to a moon of Bacchus 3. The moon is pulled out of orbit, cut into huge monoliths of different geometrical shapes, and put down onto the planet's surface of Bacchus 4. Another display shows the display of the galaxy, with bits of red highlighting different points all over the galaxy, including Bacchus 4. The greatest concentration of lights have an unexplored area of the galaxy deep within the Beta Quadrant. Another display shows a representation of twin orange beams trapping your ship, the Lexington, and another ship, the Klingon bird of prey. When the display shows the current situation, it looks like both ships are in danger of being torn apart.
Somebody remind me, can't those old tricorders like take a picture? Like I know in Voyager, whatever, they have the hollow imager thing, but I'm not like, can they just take an image?
Yes.
No. Yes. Neat.
Click. Well, because that's the one panel that's activated, I'm going to attempt to shove
Well,
that
it seems
Vulcan out of the way.
there's a few panels activated now. Yeah.
That panel turned them all on. So
Turned some of them on, yeah.
My engineering brain assumes that that's some sort of command console or power console, and I'm just going to be like,
You're in a command room.
yeah, but that like there has to be one control console that controls multiple other ones, and I'm just going to try to shove that Vulcan out of the way. I'm probably not going to succeed.
I'm
I'm
like
gonna
standing in front of
attempt
him.
Yeah, just going to try to like
Yeah,
weasel my way
he
into
moves.
the console. I am gonna look at before I touch anything on the console. I'm gonna look over at the captain and be like, "Permission?"
Oh yes, shove away.
Okay.
No,
Well,
I
no,
think
looking at the
permission
t-
is to like he wants to
start
touch.
touching the
Oh.
console because you said don't touch anything.
Oh yeah. No, if you think you know what you're doing, definitely jab the thing. Try and free our ship from that beam.
There is a look of shock in my face when she says, "If you look like you know what you're doing." Like, oh, okay, and I'm going to attempt to find a way to redirect power away from the tractor beams.
Great. I need a daring in science, please.
Daring in science,
Mhm.
and I will use.
And I'm going to tell you that it's not the easiest difficulty.
You require some assistance here, sir. I know something about tractor beams. Although this is a different system, I can help.
Yeah. I will use a determination to start.
Okay.
I will use the determination of keeping our ship safe, aka my ship is my home, my crew is my family. And then I will use a momentum on this as well, giving me a third die roll. So I get 2 already. Let's hope I roll well. 4 successes, plus whatever Dr. Akoa, Lieutenant Akoa gives us 2 more.
Oh,
I help you out there.
did you
son.
roll a 1 or did you roll under your?
I rolled a 2, but I know
You
about.
rolled in your focus.
I rolled in my focus. This is tractor beams, force fields. and
All
strength.
right. I'll tell you what. With that amount of success, you two could turn off both beams if you want.
I mean,
Early
yes.
charge thing. I'm just here to help.
well, I'm gonna assume that that's the only way to shut it off by turning off both beams, but I'm gonna turn both beams off.
Okay, so as you sort of hit the right combination of codes, a final security system is triggered. Let's see. So as the dazzling display system streams information at you from all directions, there is an explosion. An explosion rocks the monolith. All of the displays go dark simultaneously, leaving you in pitch black. One display appears, showing you a holographic representation of the Bacchus system. It shows the planet you are on, with beams of energy bolting out and destroying the other planets in the system. A placid voice speaks through the control room. Your access of our technology has put you in danger. This system will be destroyed. Use the teleportation field to return to your ship and leave the star system immediately. The voice then begins to repeat. the message, and a purple beam of light plays a spotlight on the floor. The Klingons are just yelling at each other at this point, like they're just screaming in the dark. What would you guys like to do?
We're going in the beam, right?
Probably. All right. Grab one of the other ones and go into the beam.
Okay,
Yeah,
so as you
hurting
start to
them.
head towards the beam, it's not a matter of like hurting and touching. You need to forcibly remove them. Like they are almost frantic about staying here. So those who are fighting with the people you are dragging, there are 5 left. 4 left.
I go, Doc, you have any sedatives or anything in that med kit, or even a nerve pinch that you could do or something?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm just gonna nerve pinch one of the Starfleet officers. Like you're important. You're coming
as
first.
I've got my like claws.
As I'm getting absolutely cold cocked by a Vulcan being rumbled around the
Vulcan,
room.
yeah. So who's grabbed somebody? It'd be all 4 of you, I guess, right? Yeah. So her,
Yep.
Cap, you're doing it.
I can help you sing with the one Vulcan.
Vulcans beat the hell out of me.
Lieutenant Singh raises a good point. I must have some kind of, concoction in my medical bag or in the emergency Klingon medical bag to knock some people out.
Yeah. Let's say that there is one. You could do a daring, and this would be a daring in medicine because it is kind of like field emergency fast action type thing. So let's.
I have a focus on that.
Nice.
I believe it's time to liberally start applying some hypo sprays.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I need the rest of you to make checks as you're trying to pull people back. So everyone else, give me a fitness and security, please.
Lieutenant Singh has a focus in hand-to-hand. 1.
How many moment? Actually, since I'm going after one of the Starfleet officers, I'm going to use a determination.
Okay,
And I'm going to use the get the Starfleet officers back.
Yes, good. Okay.
1.
So it's 2 successes.
No,
Okay,
that's all
2
I get.
successes. That's fine. And then Akoa, you got none. Herb, you got none. So Herb and Akoa, they're fighting back. Let's see how they do. So Herb, they're gonna clock you.
I just gotta grab a handful of grass and shove it in their face.
Unarmed.
That's my next move.
Well, that's so you're. It's basically an unarmed attack at this point. So they're gonna do some damage to you. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna roll. Akoa's there. Akoa, the same thing. They're gonna clock you back. So you guys, essentially, what you did is you made grapple checks. They're doing a reverse attack, and they throw it back at you. Is what they've done because they got more successes than you do. So they're gonna both do non-lethal damage to you. Let's just get that. Should be 3. So Herb,
3 damage and they're knocked down.
yeah. And Akoa, you're just knocked down. You got 1 damage and you're knocked down, Akoa.
Howie.
This is the time when the music's playing and somebody's got to jump over a table and 2-hand uppercut somebody.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
It didn't
Okay.
say that the Enterprise should be hauling garbage. It should be hauled away as garbage. Uppercut.
So, Sevik, you've done yours. Takara, can I get your roll?
I did. Sorry.
Oh, did I miss
Nah,
it? I'm so
see to
sorry.
the medicine
Um,
roll.
No, I'm sorry. I'm used to Yesikov.
There it
it
is.
was 0 and a 2.
Yeah, right here. We got it.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So you're able to... you get... Who do you get? One of the other... one of the
I'll
Vulcans,
take down
right?
one of the Vulcans. Yeah.
Okay. Sevik, you got one of the Starfleet officers. Casca, do you have one of the other Starfleet officers?
Yeah.
All right. And have you rolled already?
You roll my dice.
I need to roll your dice. I was rolling other people's dice. I'm sorry, everyone.
That's...
God. Do you want to use any momentum?
Oh, doesn't.
I can still roll it.
I mean, you got 2 successes, which should be enough to win the fight, possibly.
I'm okay. Camilla doesn't look like she'll put up too much of a fight.
Yeah, she's holding her own, but you could spend a momentum to kind of like knock her down if you want.
I don't want to knock her down. Just come over here.
Knock her down basically means like
sure.
Keep
I'll
her
do
so
that.
You can pull her in. Yeah. All right. Casca, do you want those who have got somebody to get into that beam?
Yeah. Everybody into the beam.
Okay. So the only person who doesn't have somebody is Akoa and Herb, right? Sing, have you done yours?
I did a 1 success.
A 1 success. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if they do it back.
Yeah. I'm expecting to get beat up by the wrong.
Yeah. So the 3 of you are stuck still. So let's use really quickly as Takara, Casca, and Sevik all disappear into the purple beam. Not with a horrible skeleton flash, but just a nice teleportation beam. Akoa, let's do you first.
I'm going to use a determination in my family's honor.
Okay, and there is still 4 momentum in the pool.
That'll give me 2 successes. I'll use an extra momentum because I'm not good at fighting, even though I'm an Andorian. And yeah, let's roll this. Come here.
Here's my roll.
So I got 4.
4. It's good that you use that momentum, that determination there.
My family's honor. You hit me. I'm angry.
All right. You're able to knock that person out. Do you head for the beam?
Yep. Let's go.
Herb, you're up.
All right. We still have a ton of momentum, right?
There's 3 momentum in the pool.
3 momentum, and you have determination as well.
So I can get 1 dice for that, or 2?
You can get 1 dice for 1 of the momentum, 2 dice for all 3 of the momentum.
I'll just get 1.
You get determination will give you an automatic 2 successes.
Oops, wrong way.
Yeah, I'll use that. What was the determination? Get these people off the planet?
Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah.
Okay. Great, I'll do that.
Okay. Nice. He's gonna fight back. So you got 4. Yeah, you smack him down, knock him out. Into the beam you go. And Sing, you're last.
We have 3 momentum?
There's 2 momentum left.
Okay, I can only use 1.
Yep.
To add a die pool. I do have a focus of hand-to-hand combat.
Nice.
How many of the people are left?
There's just
1.
the Klingons. Yeah.
Well, I'm so out of the people that I'm trying to get into the thing.
You'd have 1 of the Klingons.
Oh, if he beats me up, I'm just gonna let him go and run.
Okay.
Yeah, I let him go and I
All
fall
right.
back into the thing.
All right.
I'm assuming he elbows me into the transporter beam.
That sounds great. And you kind of like, as you dissipate, you can see kind of like, yeah. Okay, so as you guys like kind of all flash in, it's got like one of those cool. Remember in the next gen when they were trying to do some cool teleportation effects, and it was always like a ring of light and then weird sort of swirls instead of just the. Anyways, so it's got like purple rings and it's got beam swirlies, and it's not just like your kind of cool like clean crisp transporter from the Enterprise. And you notice that you're on a Klingon bird of prey.
I knew it.
As your senses return following the transport, you first notice you're on the bridge of a small craft. The air is stale and reeks of Klingons. A dozen shocked Klingons turn and level disruptors at you. What is this intrusion? Yells the closest, his finger dangerously twitchy on the disruptor's trigger. Captain, do you want to try another epic moment?
Sure.
We should have grabbed a Klingon.
I tried. I got beat up the whole time.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on there? Oh my
Who's
god.
Who's doing this epic moment? Is it
Yeah.
the captain?
Yeah.
Casca, yeah. Do you want to use determination again?
Yeah, probably better.
Yeah, okay. And there is still one momentum in the pool if you want to use it.
I'll grab that too.
Sure. So you got an automatic 2 successes. And is this going to be that presence and command you're now known for?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
It's been working for me so far.
Okay. What's the value you're going to activate?
Now you're asking me to look at my character
Oh my
sheet.
god.
I don't think it matters.
I think that with that role, we take command of the Klingon bird of prey, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think she just became
Casca's the new captain, right?
Like
Walks up
verbally
and stabs
murdering
him.
the other captain.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes.
this, I succeed.
Yeah, so you
Quite
just,
handily.
you just pull that like that Riker exchange command exchange moment where you just like full on like borderline kill the captain in order to take command of the ship. In fact, you kind of have.
I murdered your captain, and this is my ship now. And I appreciate if you do not point your disruptor at me.
She
Thank
Kirk out-talks a computer.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're in that era.
Amazing. Okay, that sounds great. So you holy cow! I wasn't even ready for this. Okay, what are they doing to you?
What are they doing to me? What am I doing to them?
What are they?
That's all the question.
Sorry, Tim's thrown off. That kind of broke the moment, and that's amazing, but like in all the right ways. So give me just one quick sec. Okay. So they were caught in the same thing now. Let's see. And Klingons. Okay, so the Klingons have been doing something to their warp core, and it's going critical. It looks like they were on a secret mission, trying to see if they could make better cloaking systems.
Preposterous. Knock that off immediately. You're going to blow up my ship.
Yeah. So they're gonna. So when the controls are used to eject the core, sparks fly and lights flicker. The Klingons kind of like stand confused, but the engineer who knows how to fix the problem is down on the surface of the planet. Captain.
Right. They're still there. Okay. So I'm going to have you hail my other ship, the Federation ship that's over there. I think if I have 2 ships under my command, I'm technically an admiral now. So thank you very
Commodore,
much.
actually.
Commodore.
Yeah.
Commodore.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So let's like contact my other ship.
Yeah. Okay.
And we'll get them to like help us out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they get too close, when this ship goes, they're going to go too.
Oh. But we ejected the warp core. There's nothing to
No,
explode
it's not
anymore.
Ejecting. That's the problem.
Oh,
it's broken.
It's
Yeah.
just jammed in there.
It's jammed in there. Yeah.
Sevek, why don't you get down there and poke it? You're good at that, right?
Lieutenant Singh puts his hand up and I go, I'm a chief engineer. Maybe me?
Yeah.
Or I could just transport us all out of here.
Well, I mean, the captain has 2
try
ships
that.
and she's expecting us to rescue both of her vessels. Can I make an attempt to roll on this, Tim?
You'd have to. Well, yeah. But the problem. Yes. Give me an insight in engineering.
Insight and engineering. And how many momentum did she get us?
She got you 4.
I will use them to roll 4 dice. And I do have. I guess I wouldn't have a focus for this because this isn't Gurkhan.
Yeah, and you've got 1 momentum now in the pool.
A boom. 5 successes.
All right, so you're gonna you're going to get some of your momentum back. The problem isn't the problem isn't the consoles or the power or the ejection system itself. The problem is the release clamps on the outside of the ship have been crushed as the ship was kind of like pulled in. So somebody's going to have to go out and actually fix it. So you're going to need somebody. You're going to have to don a suit, Sing, and someone's going to have to come and assist.
Well, it seems to be my pleasure to assist Lieutenant Singh, so I guess I'm getting out there.
All right.
I give him a fist bump. Let's do this.
Great. So can I have one
The dude
daring?
bros are going outside.
One daring and con as we kind of like start to run out of time as you're kind of like, you guys can see the kind of, it's almost like a clock is ticking on the consoles of the bridge.
However many momentum we have left, I will use.
There are 3 momentum. So hold on, let me tell you what's going to happen. So you're going to make a daring and con to navigate the hull, and then it's going to be a fitness and engineering to kind of like force things open. And then somebody inside the ship will have to do a control and con while those are on the outside to move your ship away. Because simply ejecting the warp core isn't going to matter. So yes, Akoa and Sing would be like stuck outside
while the ship's moving away.
Yep.
Awesome. I'm going to use a determination for that first daring and con on the outside in saving.
Just hand wipe that you're going to make it. You know how to get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're saving the Starfleet officers because they're on this ship and we're going to explode.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
I'm just going to throw that there. We know how to get that.
I'll roll the fitness and engineering using the new disruptor I have to melt away the damaged parts of the vessel.
Yeah. All right,
Close
fitness
range,
and
heavy,
engineering.
and I will use all the momentum, 3 momentum to get 4 dice.
I would save some for the con roll because
I will use 1 momentum for 1 dice.
I guess since I'm outside, I'll assist you as well with the, what was it, daring and
Fitness and engineering.
Fitness and engineering.
Because we actually have to physically pull parts apart.
Yeah.
Kinetic disassembly, as it's called.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sing, you pull something.
Including my muscles.
Yeah, and you're gonna need to give me a threat in order to make this succeed.
Go for it.
Okay, and I'm gonna need somebody inside the ship, one of the 4 of you remaining, to roll a check to pilot you away from the ship. So pilot you away from, so you can see the clamps and the warp core kind of shunts out, but it doesn't go, like, you're not moving, right? There's no momentum to move you away as there would normally be when you're ejecting warp core. So it just kind of pops out and it kind of floats there, like it kind of floats in front of the 2 of you. You can kind of like see this thing. So I need somebody inside the ship to make a pilot check. So a con and control.
A civic or Lieutenant Herb for one of these.
Herb's got 3 hands. He can do all the piloting controls at the same time, right? He's totally good at that.
Literally the worst thing I'm good at, or my worst thing. Okay.
Control and con.
I have 12 control and 2 con.
Ooh.
You're a doctor and
The
a pilot.
blind doctor is probably the best option.
I'll order my new Klingon underlings to assist with this, please.
Ooh, nice. Okay, we'll give them they'll get you yeah, they'll help.
All right. Can I say, Captain, I am full of surprises.
So here's your new underlings giving you an aid. Oh, they did. Oh my god.
What did I roll?
You
Okay. To be fair, I don't have a focus in any of this. I forgot to turn the focus thing off, so I only got 2 successes.
Oh, okay, fair. Yeah, okay.
I definitely don't have a focus in flying a Klingon starship.
You rolled
amazing.
a 1. You rolled a 1. That counts as a critical
Oh,
success.
1 is a
Shit, I
critical
did
success,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
three
not a
successes.
focus.
3.
This, yeah, so your blind doctor just sighs disgruntledly, sits down and flies the ship.
I'm to like plug my sensor net into the ship so that I can.
Oh my
fly
god!
it.
See as the ship.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you would see as the ship. That would be so weird.
Use like the ship's sensors. Yeah, it's super weird.
She's slightly nauseous at the end.
Star Trek fun fact. Miranda, the episode that Miranda's in where she's blind and has the sensor web, the big reveal that she's blind comes when she is asked to pilot the ship and she can't.
Because she can't do this.
Yeah, I'm saying like for plot for our game that I can
100% you could do it
in there,
yeah.
but yeah. Anyway.
Okay, well, as the Lexington and your new ship, so the Lexington is able to sweep in, grab you in a tractor beam, and hit warp. And as they do, you kind of like on your view screen see the quickly collapsing Bacchus system. Light emanates, as it was shown, from the one planet, hits all the others, and starts to pull them in and crumble them at the same time.
I mean, cool, but just say, before we go to warp, Sing and I get to come in the ship, right?
Oh, yeah!
Because I don't care. We're still dead if they do
Hang
that.
on.
We're everywhere, all at once.
I do point at the fact that there's a giant hole where the warp core used to be. We could climb in through that.
And hit the emergency
Just
door.
take off the force field one at a time and just slowly climb in and be like, I am warp core now. I power the ship. Start flexing.
So, almost immediately, as soon as you're kind of like out of all the weird sensor range and you're back on your ship, you're hailed by Admiral Banna Stoker of Starfleet. She asks you to rendezvous with her. She's got the Constitution class Astrid as soon as possible. She wants a report on what you saw while on the planet. Orders you to turn over any recordings or data that you may collected on the planet. She reluctantly, depending on what you like, the Klingons want to go home. Obviously, they don't want to go to Starfleet, and technically they weren't in Starfleet space, so you can't just take them prisoner, Casca. You technically can't claim their ship.
I mean, when the call comes in from the Admiral, I do take a moment to contemplate a life of piracy with my new tiny fleet.
It's the
Pass it
monolith.
over.
It's
Yeah.
the higher level of kleptomania. Piracy.
Takara, can you just quickly check my delta wave levels? Does it seem okay?
They're fine,
It's
Takara.
fine, Captain.
Damn it. Alright, fine. We'll remain in Starfleet. Do the right thing.
All right, she will order. She reluctantly, but still agrees, to help them fix their warp drive at the nearest starbase, and then will grant them safe passage back to their territory. The remaining people that you guys have kind of saved don't seem to lose what's wrong with them, and the Admiral says that she'll take them for care and study. As her final order, she tells you that no one, you're not to tell anyone of what you saw on the planet, in either official or unofficial manner. Do you fully understand what I'm telling you?
Sure.
It did not happen.
Sure. I suppose I'll agree to this until it's convenient for me not to. I mean, secretly, privately.
All right. With that, she warps away and leaves you on to your next assignment. And that's that. Thanks for playing with us tonight, Rachel.
Yeah, it was super fun. Apparently, I rolled excellently, and I didn't do.
You
anything,
did.
so-
Holy crap! Apparently, I've been saving all my dice to play as a character. That's...
Yeah, I think next time we're all gonna have just issues and roll 20, and we'll get Tim to roll because apparently that's not to.
That was crazy. That was so good. Yeah, no, thanks for playing. That was lots of fun. For anyone watching, Rach, do you want to plug plug the
Rocket Reads? Yeah, sure. So I'm part of a queer and nerdy community. We're mostly active through Discord, but we do various different events. We do a couple of charity events a year, raising money for Rainbow Refugee, which we had our last one just last weekend, but there'll be another one in October. And we're always open for donations, so you can find us at rawcatreads.com. That's where you'll find all of our blog stuff and a link to the Discord if you want to join. And there's also donation links as well there for the Rainbow Refugee stuff.
Yay! Anything else you're working on you want to show off?
Several in progress, half-made games, but nothing of note.
So no.
Yeah. The one I'm working on at the moment is called Hark Triton. That is a solo RPG of you going slowly mad in a lighthouse, but it's close to being finished, but isn't quite ready yet.
That actually sounds pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on a couple of things that I can't really talk about, but the cool thing that I can talk about is in April I'll be doing D&D in our cruise. I think there are still seats available, so if you want to go to event.cruise.com or just search up D20 Cruises. And you'll be able to find it there. You can find my stuff on the gmtim.ca or on Instagram at the GMTim and even TikTok, the GMTim. So yeah, join our Discord. My appendix meets next week to talk about our new book for this club. We're doing Phoenix Extravagant, which is like actually a lot of fun. Any of the rest of you have anything you want to talk about, or is that it? Cool. Live long and prosper, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now I gotta find the out. It's just one of those nights.